What's up, everybody? Today we're gonna check out Darth Maul Mythos. All right, so let's get into it. This is another one of the Star Wars Mythos line by Sideshow Collectibles. This is his favorite Star Wars character, Darth Maul. And this piece, it doesn't get a lot of love. This is regarded as in other people's eyes. I mean, maybe I have to say too, because the Mythos line is pretty strong, as the weakest link. Doesn't mean it's a bad piece. Just out of the 5 statues, a lot of people saying that this is the weakest one. That's what the consensus is. Me, I love it. And or I wouldn't have it. But this piece, this was the second Mythos piece I got, and of course I had to make sure I got the Sith Lords first. And I love how they, again with the sculpt, I love how they've done his gi or tunic or whatever you want to call it, and how this is meant to be. This comes from the Star Wars story, The Nameless, and it's whoever the guy is he's fighting, he has like a cane. And I'm not sure if he's a Jedi or not because I've never heard of this story, but I read up on it. He's nameless, right? But the other pose, his other hand, he gets a hold of the guy's cane or whatever. I'm not too big a fan of that pose. We put it up in the picture, and comes with 2 heads, like an angry face and a calm face, and the lightsabers, the blades come out. Because I got him in a detolf, and he won't fit in the detolf with the blades inserted. So, I mean, it's cool too. He's standing there, kind of like his pose, and as if the duel is about to begin, or something just happened because he got his gi ripped off. But
that's kind of surprising that this is supposed to be the least or the worst out of the 5.
Yeah.
And maybe for me it's just a character thing because. For me, it's the Gamorrean Guard is the one I wouldn't want, but
right.
Because that's a character I don't care anything about. Darth Maul, I've always liked him because out of all of the lightsaber battles, that was the first one that made me really pay attention to it because he's more the Star Wars fan. When I started watching Vader and Obi-Wan in episode 4, I wasn't into it.
Well, disclaimer, I saw Empire before I saw episode 4. So when I went back and watched episode 4, I was like, what the hell is this? It's like completely different story.
Yeah, because I came up, watching the fast action karate movies. So it wasn't until Phantom Menace when he came out there, and I know people don't like the prequels, but when he came out there at the end of that one, I was like, oh shit. So this is a chance to really see some stuff go down.
Yeah. And then they killed him.
That's pretty that annoyed me. That left a bad taste in my mouth. But yeah, that time he was on the screen, as most people, Phantom Menace, his part in it was a highlight for most people. And I've always liked the character. So, and I love his viciousness. Now, I'm not into the comics and the cartoon, so I've never really seen him without his robe on. So this is the first time I've seen, all the tats and the way the rest of his chest is. And it took a while to grow on me just because it was something that I wasn't used to. But I love the look in his face and the viciousness, and all this is sculpted. So that's a trip. Like I like when the clothing and robes and stuff are sculpted and they sculpt the flow in it. And the way they did this one is pretty sick.
Yeah, I love it. And now he was born with Sith eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like he's from a place called Dathomir, and it's like whatever it is, it's so engulfed with the dark side. Like kids are born with the dark side.
They ain't got no hope. So it's no hope of being anything but evil.
Yeah. So.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of this piece. You know, when I got it, I really, didn't really listen to people saying, this is the weakest one. I mean, but it's an attribute to the line, in my opinion, because the line is so great, and because this is a great piece, in my opinion. It's, I have two Mauls. This is the second one. I got this one first, and I got the new PF one second. And this one does not light up. Nothing lights up on here. I mean, it looks as if it would, but it doesn't. Only thing I would change, the base is kind of plain. You got kind of a sandy bit, but the detail in the sand is nice. It's just kind of plain. No rocks, no nothing. But yeah, I've always liked the pose. The pose, I've always loved the pose. And it's kind of like a force hand he's using, or stance before a fight or something like that, because he's an agile character, uses his whole body, and he's an expert at Form 7 of saber combat, the forbidden form that only Mace Windu as a Jedi was allowed to practice with, and Yoda kind of dabbled with it when he found out there was a Sith Lord out there somewhere. He figured he'd have to face Form 7, but he didn't go too far into it because he thought he was scared he might dabble too close to the dark side, So, yeah, I'm a big fan of this piece.
I mean, it's simple as far as not a major base, not nothing too over the top with it, but yeah, the pose is dynamite.
Yeah, I love the pose.
The pose is, it kind of makes me think if he's training or in the middle of a battle with somebody and they both had a stalemate and break up.
Right.
And they taking a chance to reset and get back to it. But yeah, I love, I love faces. So the fact that you get to see emotion in his face, that's probably my favorite part of it. But yeah, I didn't know he grew up on the wrong side of the tracks.
Oh yeah,
Man,
yeah.
That sucks. He had no hope.
Yeah, their crew. His mother. So we're not sure if this is real mother or not. Mother Townsend. She's on the animation. You find her on Clone Wars, and her and his brother, Savage Opress. It's his brother finds him and brings him back to the mother, and she like kind of revives him and puts him back, like gives him mechanical legs and everything. And so they kind of get more into him, and like when they find him, his horns have grown real long, and they got to shave him down and all this other stuff. So he was in bad shape when they found him, But
I guess I gotta get on Netflix.
Yeah,
and check out the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Since they killed him so soon.
I know. And then he kind of crosses over into Rebels, and you gotta watch that and see what happens to him.
So he's in Rebels too?
Yeah, remember I showed you? Remember that part with Obi-Wan?
Yeah. I try not to remember that part.
Yeah. Only thing I wish they would have did was him versus Vader on there, but they didn't. So yeah. This is in my opinion, this is a winner. Draw your own conclusion. It's very detailed, as all the Mythos statues are, and it comes with an art print. I can't forget about the art print. Each one comes with the art print, and which says that was as a certificate of authenticity. And they come to nice. I'm a more of a fan of that picture there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So all in all, great piece. Not the best of the line. I mean, is it the worst? I don't know. I mean, the Gamorrean people, they regard that because the base kind of has a lot happening, and the detail on the face with all the slob and everything is kind of. I mean, I know character appreciation, but they're saying for instance, Vader's my favorite character, but I can't sit here and say that it's better than Obi-Wan because it's not. Piece for piece wise, but I got more emotional attachment to the Vader one than I do, because that's my guy. But you know, I say go for it. You know, if you're in the market for a Maul, I like. You know, the PF lights up and everything, and that's what makes it cool. But you know, piece for piece, I would definitely go with this before I went with the premium format, in my opinion. You know,
see, me not really knowing anything about him past the movies, I'm probably used to the Sideshow one more.
Right.
I'm used to him with the robe on.
Right.
And but yeah, I definitely like this one. But yeah, if I had to choose between the two, I'd be picking the one with the hoodie. Well, you
gotta order.
Special got the hoodie.
You gotta order.
I'd get the hoodie.
Yeah, I mean it's not hard. You go to NYC Sculptures
and put a hood on them. Yeah, that's the Maul I'm used to. But
if you want, you remove the hood. You know, and just have him with the robe on. You know, so.
But yeah, this is definitely a good one. I'm sorry, I'm not into the Gamorrean Ghost, but I'm not into the Boba Fett one either. So
yeah, that's still that one I would like to get a hold of, just to have just those. You know, if I never get the Gamorrean is more rare. The Gamorrean is the rarest one out. Gamorrean is only 750 edition size, I believe.
Because they thought nobody was gonna buy it.
Probably, it could be, but that's the one. If I never get that, I ain't gonna lose no sleep.
So what are the runs for the rest of them? You know,
Vader is 5,000. Obi-Wan, I'm really
5,000.
Obi-Wan was.
It was 5,000.
It's 5,000. Yeah, wow. It's 5,000. Okay. Obi-Wan was 1,200, but then mysteriously on the website they added 800 more. So it's actually like 2,000, maybe 2,200, something like that. Because this one actually says whatever the number is of 2,000. Our boy Gary Speed, his says the number of 1,200. So they, you know, it gets kind of hokey in there. This one, I'm not sure. I'd have to look at it after. I'm not sure the edition size on this one.
Now, what's the other portrait? The other head?
It's a calm head. You know, this one is angry and this one is, you know, yeah. So.
We'll do pictures of it.
Yeah, we'll do pictures. So. And then, you know, this is the one where he gets the nameless one's cane, which I'm not too big a fan of, but this one, you know. But I like the fourth hand.
Yeah, I like the pissed off face.
Yeah. When I first got it, I had planned to use that one, but you and our boy Mike Dorsey can also get this one. So
it's the trip to Third Eye.
Yeah, way back when. So yeah, that's about it. You know.
Pretty impressive. I love the robe sculpt. Like
very nice.
Yeah. But I noticed, you know, because they did a hell of a job with the sculpt on the robe on Obi-Wan too. So
no question.
They got that whole flowing robe thing down.
Yeah, you know, I'm surprised. You know, you really don't see this kind of craftsmanship anymore. You know, even though this line is over with, but whoever they got to sculpt these, you really don't see anything like this. After these were over, you never really saw work like this on any other line or something like that. You never really saw it anymore. So I'd be curious to know what happened to the sculptors that worked on these. You know, because this was one of the best lines for me. Definitely the best Star Wars line. I think, you know, piece for piece, in my opinion. So
and it looks like Sideshow's trying to recapture that success with the Terminator stuff.
Yeah.
Since that piece is supposed to be a new mythos.
Yeah, it looks good, but to me, it isn't in this neighborhood, in my opinion. I mean, it looks nice.
Yeah, it's not as much to it.
Right. Yeah. You know, and I think those are characters that they've actually made up. You know, these are characters that are really in the movies, but you see them in situations you never saw them on screen. You know, so that's the difference.
Yeah, pretty badass.
That story here.